Dobro.
Do you now really
feel great?
Do you feel free?
I feel free, yes I do, very free.
Let's go free last. Free last.
We're treated very good. Very respectful.
Free at last.
Free at last, free at last.
Thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Huh? I do. We were talking about that. Right now, it's just celebration of I don't know, 3 wise men or 3 blind men. 3 wise men.
A little of both, I think.
Možemo malo da idemo polako. Samo lagano. Polako, dečki.
What's the first thing you guys are going to do when you get to Randstad? Get drunk?
Well, I had planned to drink a Coke, but they just gave us one, so that's over.
How was the food there?
It was
Wasn't
it
what
was
we
adequate.
were used to, yeah, we were used to.
How did you feel when you were in the room today? How did you feel when you were in the room today and Jesse Jackson said to you, you're at ease, you know, you're free, you can take your hands from behind your back?
It was a wonderful feeling, just of release and of relief from all the stress and all the feelings that we've been having since our captivity. It was a great release, and I thank him and the delegation so much for all they did for us.
And Gonzales,
everybody's been praying, and the delegation was working hard from the Yugoslav, and it was just wonderful.
They comment on how well they were treated, and how they had to leave some of the prison guards with whom they had bonded. Explain that.
tell us about that.
A lot of the guards, in fact, the majority of the guards treated us very well. They were very kind to us, and leaving very dignified.
Did you say anything to them when you left?
Yes, we thanked them. We shook hands with the senior officers and shook hands with them.
You looked pretty beaten up when we first saw you after you were first captured. Could you explain that?
It's a birthmark, man.
What about the mark on your forehead?
Could you explain that?
It was a wound from the capture. They subdued us, and immediately following that we were protected. And after that,
Kept in the dark, or was
no, it was in a cell. A cell door had a small peephole, and usually if I would hear one of them coming out, I'd look through the peephole.
Push-ups can you do now?
A lot more than when I came in.
And what did you say to was it your mom that you called?
My wife.
Your wife?
We cried.
I cried again, of course.
Is that your wife, Tricia?
Yes.
And what did you say to her?
I told her after I regained my composure and was able to speak. I told her that we were free and that hopefully we'd see them soon.
And what did you say to your?
We were finally free, and I love them greatly, and thank them for the support that they gave me while we were in prison, and hopefully to see them soon.
And especially Ramirez. You guys
Yeah, I told her yes that the delegation, what they've worked hard for, and what everyone worked hard for, we were free. I would see them soon, and love them very much.
You also told don't make you cry.
I'm sorry,
I told her not to make
what
me
did you tell your
cry.
mother?
I told my mother that we were free, that the delegation came and they accomplished what they wanted. We, what all of America wanted and they prayed for. We told her not to make me cry, but of course, I guess I'm her son and I was free.
Tell me something. When did you first learn that you were going to be released? We were told this last night, and did you sleep?
Yeah, last night we were told that we were going to be released. They came in just before our bedtime. We got dressed. They, because of our security, for security purposes, we left this morning. We were taken to the, I'm not quite sure where it was, embassy or consulate. And they did the press conference. Reverend Jackson signed the minutes. And we were,
Did you sleep last night?
Very little. I was very excited, actually. So, not much sleep.
Let me say this as we proceed now to Zagreb. First, on behalf of Reverend John Brown Campbell of the National Council of Churches, who was the motivating, organizing source behind this broad cross-section of religious leadership, Congressman Blagojevich, the sum total of the moral authority of this group played such a huge role. The religious factor, some writers call it in statescraft, how we can use moral authority to in fact intervene and within the law, pursuing human rights and self-determination, within the law, pursuing reconciliation and reconstruction, that talking and communicating does help. There have been many bridges blown up, but the biggest bridge has been the bridge of diplomacy. And the bridge of diplomacy and trust and communications blown up that can only be gulfs that get wider. So part of our mission was to gain the freedom of our service people, but as a process of building the bridge, if they are free, and the war rages in Kosovo and the bombs keep falling, then this is a symbolic act. But if in fact their freedom leads to diplomacy and talks and trust and ending the war, breaking the cycle of pain, then that is the real deal. Every time we met with every official, Milosevic and right on down, we said over and over again that bombing is linked to violence in Kosovo. It's linked to repatriating those who are in exile, in refugee camps, a multinational peacekeeping presence, and a diplomatic solution. I'm glad that yesterday 3 things happened of great significance. One was the commitment to release the Americans held captive in an attempt to make a diplomatic gesture. And I'm convinced a diplomatic gesture deserves a diplomatic response. Secondly, Mr. Milosevic has sent a letter to President Clinton asking to meet with him at any place, whether Belgrade or Washington or Geneva or Paris, that they might look at these issues, the 4, and agree on a resolution. This is indeed a diplomatic initiative. I hope that the NATO alliance will see this for what it's worth and not be cynical about the possibilities, because the alternative to diplomacy would be a war with no end in sight. The amount of money could be spent in this war, the amount of blood that could be shed is beyond imagination. Right now we've had